Hello friends, I want to take note right now that we're going to be doing lessons 8.4 and 8.5 today. Lesson 8.4 talks about using models and multiplying fractions, and lesson 8.5 talks about actually solving them using the standard algorithm. Our notes today are going to be focused on both of these methods, so you're going to be doing practice in both of the areas. So our first one we're going to be doing is modeling it with units. So number 47, you are going to glue that in, and then you are going to come on back. Okay, so what we're doing is a fraction times a fraction. The last lessons that we've done has been a whole number times a fraction or a fraction times a whole number. Now we're going to do fraction times a fraction. Now it's the same exact thing. In the past, you would put a 1 underneath the whole number to make them both have fractions. So we are actually going to be doing one less step here. But what I want to do is I want to show you how to do it with our models first, because you will have those in the test and you will be needing to know how to do that, solve it by using it, and also how to read it. So the first thing we're going to do is draw and shade both models. Okay, so I'm going to do 1/2. Now when we multiply, remember, it doesn't matter if it's 1/4 times 1/2 or 1/2 times 1/4. It's the same thing. Just like if I do 2 times 3 is 6 and 3 times 2 is 6, it's the same. So I'm going to draw 1/4 is right here. And I'm saying that because it's okay that it's second and it's first over here. That's fine. And then I'm going to do 1/2 is right here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw both models. So basically I'm going to put them together. If I was to put them together, I would have this whole line here. Okay. You're going to draw the first model on top of the other model. So if I was to draw this first model, it would look like that. And now I'm going to draw the other model on top of it, and it looks like that. See? Just like over here. Okay? So how did I get that? That is exactly how I got that. Combine by drawing the first model on top of the second model. Overlapping shaded area is answer. Oops, I forgot to actually color it when I drew it. Okay. A lot like when we did decimals. So right here is going to be the overlap. That is 1 out of 8. Okay. So I'm going to do another model down here. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that. That was a very quick example. I'm going to do a couple here, and then I'm going to do another one over here for you, or 2 over here for you, and then I'll move on to the standard algorithm. So, models. This is, I think I need to get a darker, let's see here. Let me get a marker. Let me get a marker here. Okay. So we have 3/4, so that's 3. I'm going to color the 3. Okay. And 2/5. So I want to make sure, see how this didn't color very well? So I want to make sure that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 2/5. So if I draw these, oops. All right, we are going to draw, let's see here. Actually going to use a pencil our pen. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm going to actually, I should have gone on this side, so we're going to color 3 in. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to draw 5. I'm going to draw the other one over it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And how many do we need to color? 2. All right, so the area that I have right here, I'm actually going to do in marker right there. Is, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 20. This is colored. This is 6 out of 20. Okay, is the overlapped area. Now, let me show you how to do both of these in standard algorithm after I do a little bit more practice with our models. Okay, so I'm going to do 1 times, and this is going to be easier. I suggest that you get, the pens that I'm using are too thick and too dark. So I'm going to get a couple crayons here. I'm going to get a light pink and a light blue. That might work. And then for the outlines, I'm going to get some darker pens so I can see. So my first one I'm going to do is, I'm going to do here models. And then I'm going to do standard. Okay, so once we learn standard, we're going to do the same problem, but doing standard. And I kind of ripped that page there. All right, I'm going to do 1/7 times 2 ninths. Okay. And once you get past having 10 as a denominator, you don't really want to use models because it's going to be a lot of pictures. So my first one's going to be out of 7, and I'm going to go up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So this one I'm going to color 1. Okay, 1/7. The next one I'm going to do this way. And I'm going to do it in red. And I'm going to have to do, not, so they're going to be really small. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then I'm going to do, let's keep from the left and the top. Okay, so the top 2. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw them on top of each other. So I'm going to do the first one. Okay. Now I'm going to draw the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the top. All right, so where they overlapped right here, these two, this is 2 out of, and we're going to count, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 down, 7 across, so that would be 63. 2 out of 63. Now I'm going to do the last one without drawing these two. I'm just going to draw them on top of each other to show you that you can save space. But this is for those that want to see the breakdown before I do that. We're going to do 2/4 times 1/3. Okay? If you're going to draw them on top of each other, draw them with different color ink. So I'm going to do 2/4 here. Okay. And then I'm going to do 1/3, 1/3. Draw on the box on top of it. 1/3 going this way would be, okay, they, right here where they intersect, is 2 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2 12ths. Okay? So if I was to give you this and say, what is this? I would say, actually, I'm going to do that as my last example. What is this multiplication problem? All right, so this is how you would, and if they have this part like highlighted here, because this is where they overlapped, this is darker, this is how you would write it, okay? I'm actually going to... Okay, so how I would write it is, let's see, the first one is 1, 2, 3 out of 4. I have 2 of the blue. Actually. All right, so I would see how many of these have down. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this would be 3 out of the 4 going down. And then that would be for my red colors. And for my blue colors, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's actually supposed to be my first one, but that's okay. 7, and I have 2 of my blue all colored in. Okay, so this is 3 out of 4 times 2 out of 7. Okay, so I have to separate them. And then my ones that are circled are 6 out of 2, 3, 4 times 7, 20. Okay. All right, now what do I do when I want to do the standard algorithm? Now this is super easy compared to the models. You have to just multiply across and simplify if needed. So you multiply 1 times 1, 8, 4 times 2 is 8, 1/8 is my answer. I do not need to simplify that. My next one would be 3 halves. So let's see here, 1/8, 1/8, we got the same answer. 3 times 2 is 6. 4 times 5 is 20. How do I know if I need to simplify? This is the answer that I got, see? But it does need to be simplified. I have to find the GCF of 6 and 20 to see if I need to simplify. 1 times 6, 2 times 3, 1 times 20, 2 times 10, and 4 times 5. I can divide both by 2. So my new answer would be 3/10. Okay, so we did get the same overall answer here. Let's see if we can do the same over here. I'm going to model 1 times 7 times 2 to the 9th. We have 1 times 2 is 2. 7 times 9 is 63. Same answer, much quicker. 2 to the 4th times 1 to the 3rd. Okay. 2 12ths. Look at that. We can simplify here because we can divide by 2. If I look at my GCF, it would end up being 2. Okay. Let's do one last one. Let's do 3/4. Let me rewrite that. 3/4 times 2/7. 6 28. I can divide it by 2, which would be 3/14. But 628, we end up with the same answer. So that is how you multiply fractions using models and the standard algorithm.